Well, winter's finally over, and if you're driving through Mississauga right now, the roads look like a neglected artillery range.
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, craters are just everywhere. And while most drivers just sort of wince, grip the steering wheel a little tighter and, ignore the bumps, the CAA reports this exact damage costs Canadians a staggering $3 billion every single year.
3 billion. That is just a massive financial drain.
Right.
So today's deep dive explores that whole post-winter pothole epidemic. We're looking at insights from the CAA, plus some real-world data from mechanics at Liberty Tires.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the mission here is to help you really understand the hidden mechanics of pothole damage and equip you with actionable strategies to actually protect your vehicle.
Okay, well, let's unpack this, because $3 billion is insane. That tells me we aren't just talking about spilled coffee and a bumpy ride, right?
Not at all.
There has to be serious systemic damage happening to the undercarriage of these cars.
Exactly. I mean, when a car limps into the shop after a pothole strike, mechanics usually see one of a few major traumas.
Okay.
You might get a bent rim, which causes this really frustrating slow air leak that leaves you constantly refilling your tires.
Oh, I hate that.
Right. Or a hard impact completely wrecks your alignment, which leads to uneven tread wear over time. But the most dangerous thing they look for is a sidewall bubble.
A sidewall bubble.
Yeah, that indicates the internal tire cords have actually severed. It demands immediate replacement.
Wow, a sidewall bubble. That sounds almost biological, like an aneurysm in the tire or something.
It can is, yeah.
But here's what I don't get. If the tire is technically still holding air despite that bulge, why is it such a critical, immediate death sentence for the rubber?
Well, what's fascinating here is the underlying structural integrity of the tire. Those internal cords, they basically act as the skeleton.
Okay.
So when you hit a pothole hard enough to snap them, the only thing holding back the highly pressurized air is just a thin, flexible layer of outer rubber.
Wait, just the outer rubber?
Yeah, just the rubber. It becomes a literal ticking time bomb. Just the heat from normal highway driving or maybe one more minor bump makes that aneurysm burst.
Jeez.
And that causes a catastrophic blowout at high speeds.
Okay, so if that tire is a ticking time bomb, how do I even know I'm driving on one? Like, am I supposed to be crawling under my car, checking for bubbles every time I hit a bump?
Not necessarily. The diagnostic signs are often right in front of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like if you feel your steering pulling aggressively to the left or right, that's your alignment crying out for help. Visually, you might notice one tire sitting visibly lower than the rest, or you'll actually spot those distinct bulges on the sidewall.
Gotcha.
Mechanics, like the folks at Liberty Tires over at 3663 Mavis Road, Unit 12, they actually offer free inspections because drivers so often miss these signs until it's too late.
Super helpful.
Right. But the best defense is prevention. It starts with checking your tire pressure monthly, buying quality tires, and getting biannual alignment checks.
Just keeping on top of it.
Exactly, because a properly inflated tire has the pressure required to bounce back against a pothole edge. If you're underinflated, the tire easily compresses, allowing the sharp asphalt to just smash directly into your metal rim.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Keep the pressure up so the tire can fight back against the edge of the crater. But I know another piece of advice is to slow down before a pothole and never brake directly on it.
Yes, crucial point.
I have to push back on that, though. I mean, it is a driver's natural panicked reflex to slam on the brakes exactly when they realize they're about to hit a hole. Why does braking on the pothole actually guarantee more damage?
So if we connect this to the bigger picture of vehicular physics, it becomes pretty clear. When you slam on the brakes, the weight of your car dramatically shifts forward, right?
Nosediving the vehicle.
Exactly. And that compresses your front suspension to its absolute maximum limit. So when your tire drops into the pothole while you're still braking, the suspension has zero room left to absorb the impact. Yeah, all of that violent downward force transfers directly into the tire, the rim, and the steering column. You're essentially punching a concrete wall with a locked elbow instead of a bent one.
Ouch. That locked elbow visual completely changes things. You're forcing the suspension to take a hit when it's already maxed out.
Precisely.
So you've got to release the brake and let the suspension do its job.
Yep. Let it absorb the blow.
Well, Mississauga's post-winter potholes are practically unavoidable right now. But with monthly checks and smarter driving tactics, it sounds like the expensive damage they cause is entirely preventable.
Exactly. Just a little proactive maintenance and resisting that urge to break in the crater really keeps you from becoming part of that $3 billion statistic.
Which leaves you with a final question to ponder today. If this pothole damage is a completely predictable $3 billion annual crisis tied to the end of every winter.
Every single year.
Yeah. At what point does avoiding this damage shift from being a defensive driving chore to a demand for totally reinvented weatherproof road infrastructure so we aren't dodging craters at all?